Hey guys, we are going to start today at the back of the mat. So make your way into a seated position on your shins. Rest the hands on top of the thighs and shift the shoulders so they land on top of your heels, on top of the hips. And close your eyes. And take a moment here to connect, to arrive, to center yourself. Become aware of your breath. Become aware of your body and its needs. Your spine is long. Maybe you want to lift the shoulders towards your ears and then roll them to the back and down, gently opening through the chest. At the same time, notice what's happening in your lower back. So you're not arching the natural curvature of the spine. Soften your face. And just stay here in a silence for a few next breaths. Take one more intentional inhalation. And then as you exhale, start lowering your belly towards your thighs, the forehead to the mat, and rest your hands next to your feet, your forearms next to the calves. So you are fully relaxing the shoulders. Compression of the hips. Feel the contact of your belly and your thighs, your chest and your knees, the forehead and the mat. Your forearms and the mat, and your shins and the mat. And then from here, grab to your heels. And then tuck your chin under, pulling it towards your chest. And place the crown of the head on the mat. And now start lifting the hips, making sure that the weight of the body is not on your head and neck. So we are barely touching, creating space in between the shoulder blades. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhalation, start lifting the chest, the arms to the sides. Open your chest. Slide the shoulder blades together, maybe lift your tailbone. And then as you exhale, round the back body, tuck the chin to the chest. Crown of the head is reaching to the mat. Spread the shoulder blades. Hold. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhalation, once again, hips on top of the knees, and then extend the arms to the side. Slide the shoulder blades together, strong glutes, strong core. And then as you exhale, once again, chin to the chest. Crown of the head is on the mat. Round the back body. One more inhalation. Keep lifting the hips from your heels. And then as you exhale, release the hips back on the heels. Extend the arms to the front of the mat and then make your way into a tabletop position. Tuck the toes under and then start shifting the weight on your heels and the glutes to the back, stretching the bottom of the feet. And then shift the weight forward, shoulders in front of the wrists. Arms are straight and again to the back. Inhale forward. Exhale to the back. Inhale forward. And again, exhale to the back. Inhale forward, shoulders in front of the fingers. You're looking for pre-intense sensations but no pain. If you tend to hyperextend the elbows, be aware of that. Micro bend, so small that you can barely see it, but you're not pressing the elbows too much forward. Hold, look at the mat. Start engaging the core here. Inhale. And then exhale. Shift the shoulders on top of the wrists. And then point your fingers to the back, one at a time or both at the same time. So you can work with one or two hands at the same time. And then once again, start sending the hips on top of the heels. The hands may lift. You're getting a bit deeper into the forearms. And just hold. Come back to your breath. Maybe make it a bit longer and deeper, especially in those moments of stillness. Inhale. And then exhale and then release this shape. Release one hand at the time. Extend the top of the feet on the mat. You can step a bit to the back if you need a bit more space forward. We are going to transition into a puppy pose. 2 big steps with your hands to the front of the mat. Inhale. And then as you exhale, release your chest to the mat, belly towards the thighs. Allow the sit bones to point to the ceiling. Fingers are reaching forward and just hold. Take one more inhalation. One more exhalation. And now tuck your tailbone under. Press the forearms to the mat. And then start lowering your thighs, your pelvic ball. Elbows end up under the shoulders. And then press the top of the feet to the mat. Engage the glutes as you pull elbows to the back. Tractioning the chest forward. Inhale. As you exhale, lift the hips. Puppy pose. Inhale. Tuck the tailbone under and then lower the thighs. Pelvic ball open through the chest. Strong glutes. As you exhale, find your puppy pose once again. One more time. Inhale forward. Lower the pelvic ball, the belly. And take a moment here. Inhale. And exhale. Stay here on your next inhalation. Extend the elbows. If this is too intense for your lower back, please lower the forearms back on the mat. The back of the neck is long, glutes still engaged. Hold. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale. And then as you exhale, lower the forearms back on the mat. Tuck your toes under. Once again, tuck your tailbone under. And lift your hips into your forearm plank. And just hold. Inhale. And exhale. Feel the space being created in between the shoulder blades. Look at the mat. Find length in your spine. You are scooping the abs, drawing the navel to the spine. Hips are aligned with your shoulders. Of course, drop the knees if you need to. Inhale. As you exhale, drop your heels to the right. And then extend the left arm above the head. Try to keep the right hip as far away from the mat as possible, lowering the lower ribs to the hip, really pressing your right elbow into the mat, right shoulder away from the ear, and just keep breathing. Inhale. And then as you exhale, lower the left forearm parallel to the right one, lower the heels to the left, and then extend the right arm above the head. Hold. Keep your chest open to the right. Right shoulder stacks on top of the left one. Keep breathing. Modification, the bottom knee on the mat. Keep lifting the hips away from the mat. One more inhalation. And then as you exhale, lower the right forearm on the mat. Come back through center. And just hold. Inhale. As you exhale, start to lifting the hips into your dolphin. Walk your feet a bit closer. You may bend your knees and then traction the chest to the back of the mat. Keep your chest open. Breathe. Inhale. Long exhalation. And then press into the hands, one elbow at a time or both at the same time if it's available. Lift the elbows, extend the arms. You are in your downward facing dog. If you need to reposition yourself, of course, take your time. Any movement that you need, or maybe immediately rest in the stillness. Really press into the palms of the hands. Guide the belly to the thighs. Relax the neck. Inhale. And exhale. As you inhale, shift the shoulders on top of the wrist creases. Find your plank. Connect with the core. And then as you exhale, hips up, downward facing dog. Armpits towards each other. And again, inhale. Find your plank. Find the alignment. And then as you exhale, lift the hips. Elbow creases pointing towards each other. Slightly pigeon toe your feet. Press into the hands. Can you lift the hips even more? And then inhale forward. Find your plank. And this time drop your hips, kind of like upward facing dog, but with the toes tucked under. Pull the shoulders to the back. And then from here, downward facing dog. And again, inhale. Roll your spine forward and then drop the hips. Upward dog with the toes tucked under. Engage the glutes. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more, forward. Lower the hips. Open through the chest. And this time, downward facing dog. We are adding up to this. 3 times, inhale. First, find this upward facing dog with the toes tucked under. And then start lowering the chest as you bend your elbows. Elbows stay close to the rib cage. And then from here, press back, plank. And then downward facing dog. And again, roll through plank. Upward facing dog. Pull the shoulders to the back, the shoulder blades together. Bend your elbows as you lower the chest, shoulders aligned with your hips. And then press back into a plank. And then downward facing dog. One more. Roll forward. Find your upward facing dog. And then bend your elbows. Point the elbows to the back. Keep scooping the abs. Drop the knees if you need. Push back into your plank. And then downward facing dog. On your next inhalation, look to the front of the mat. You can step or hop in between your hands. Halfway lift. As you exhale, belly towards the thighs. As you inhale, back into a standing position. Tailbone is pointing down, arms above the head. As you exhale, release your hands back on the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, press the hands back on the mat, step hop to the back of the mat. Find your chaturanga, and then immediately press back into your plank. Downward dog as you lower the forearms on the mat. And just hold. Chest to the back, press into the hands, one elbow at a time or both at the same time. Lift and lower. And again, lift. If you're working with one arm at a time, that's okay, lower. And again, lift and lower. On your next inhalation, bend your knees. If this transition is too much, first lift the elbows. We are hopping to the front of the mat. If you can, stay on the forearms. And as your feet are in the air, you're extending the elbows, pressing into the hands. Halfway lift. As you exhale, belly towards the thighs. On your next inhalation, back to standing. As you exhale, hands back on the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, hands come back on the mat. Once again, step, hop. We are meeting chaturanga and then immediately pressing through plank, downward dog. Okay, so chaturanga. See if the elbows are hugging the rib cage. And then press back into a plank. Immediately shift the hips back, downward dog. And then drop the forearms, dolphin. We have 3 more taps here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower the forearms. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Keep breathing. Lift and lower. And just hold here. Breathe. Inhale. And then exhale, drop the knees on the mat. Drop the top of the feet on the mat. Walk your hands forward. And then puppy pose once again. Inhale. And then as you exhale, slide the hips on top of the heels. Take one more deep breath in. Long exhalation. And then on your next inhalation, round your spine, ripple forward to make your way into your upward facing dog. Lift the kneecaps, pull the shoulders to the back, hold. Exhale, downward facing dog. Option here to stay in the downward facing dog. If you want to make it a bit more challenging for yourself, drop the forearms on the mat. We are going to lift the foot from the mat. On your next inhalation, lift the right foot from the mat. Point your toes. Hold. Inhale. And then as you exhale, pull the right knee to the chest as you lift the elbows, shoulders on top of the wrists. And then either one-legged downward facing dog or drop the forearms, one-legged dolphin. And then once again, press into the hands, pull the knee to the chest. And just hold for a moment. Inhale. As you exhale, drop the left heel to the right. Shift the weight on the right hand and extend the left arm above the head. A lot of space between the right hip and the mat. Extend the right leg to the left. You can drop the right foot on the mat just like that, so the lateral side is on the mat. Or really press the right hand into the mat. Femur into a hip socket. Inhale. As you exhale, bend your left knee and shift the hips towards your left heel. Right shoulder is stabilizing here. Spread your right fingers and then extend the left leg. Bend your right knee once again, lower the left hand back on the mat. And then pull your right knee to the right elbow. And then from here, once again, kick your right leg up and high, one-legged downward facing dog. Bend your right knee, pull the right knee to the chest, shoulders on top of the wrist, and gently step the right foot in between your hands. Lower the left knee back on the mat, and then extend the right leg. You can walk your hands under the shoulders, maybe grab the blocks and place them under the hands. Left hip on top of the left knee. You can extend the top of the left foot on the mat and then maybe lift your right toes from the mat. Inhale, long spine. Think of reaching forward with the chest, sending the hips to the back. Exhale. Belly towards the right thigh. And just hold. Breathe. Slow down your breath. Keep squaring the hips. On your next inhalation, lift your chest, your belly from the leg. And then if you need a bit more space between the thigh and the belly, please use the blocks, the books, whatever you have, and this time point your toes. You can stay with the hands on the mat, or you can even make your way on your fingertips. So we are looking for this space in between the belly and the thigh. You are scooping the abs. So imagine that someone is poking you in your belly button and you are guiding it towards the spine. Once again, think of pressing the thigh bone into a hip socket as you lift your right foot and lower. Strong left glute stabilizing, lift and lower. Space in between the shoulder blades, lift, hold. Flex your right foot and then drop the right heel. Lower the right toes, tuck your left toes under, and on your next inhalation, high lunge. Open the chest. If you need, bend your left knee slightly. If you can, press the back of the thigh up. Right heel down. Inhale. And then as you exhale, shift the weight on your right foot, warrior three. Keep lowering the left hip bone down. So you can imagine that there's a light or something like that on your hip bone. And you want to point it down. Keep lifting the left heel. Keep your chest open. Inhale. Lift your chest, pull the left knee to the chest. Micro bend in the right knee, you are protecting the base of the knee joint. Strong core, pull everything to the midline of the mat. And then extend the left leg in front of you. Bend and extend. If you need support, hands under the left knee. Extend, hold. And this time start guiding the left leg to the left. If you need to bend the left knee, that's okay. As you hinge forward from the hips, point your toes to the back, and then guide your left foot to the right. Place the lateral side of the left foot on the mat. Inhale. As you exhale, left hand on the inside of the right foot, a bit closer to the left edge of the mat, maybe on top of the block. Inhale, extend the right arm up. And just hold. Inhale. And exhale. If this is quite easy, see if you can extend the right leg. Keep twisting your chest to the right. Keep breathing. Inhale. If you have extended the leg, bend it once again. And then once again, guide your hands in front of your chest. Strong right leg. Start lifting the left foot. Warrior three. And then start guiding the left leg to the left. Lift your chest. And left leg forward. Hold. Inhale. Flex your left toes. Point them to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, swing your left leg to the back. Warrior three once again. Inhale. Bend your right knee. Deliver the left toes to the back of the mat. And then extend the arms above your head. As you exhale, lower the hands back on the mat. And then start extending the right leg. Once again, maybe blocks under the hands. If you need, you can even drop the left knee. Maybe you want to lift your right toes for deeper sensations in the calf, in the hamstring. Invite the left hip bone forward, right to the back and hold. Breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Slow down your breath for a moment. Inhale. As you exhale, bend your right knee. And then really shift the weight on your hands. Pull your right heel to the groin. And extend the right leg to the back. Lift your hips, one-legged downward facing dog. Maybe lower the forearms on the mat. Hold. And then once again, shift the weight into your plank. So if your forearms were on the mat, you are lifting the forearms from the mat. And again, drop the forearms or just one-legged downward facing dog. This is up to you. Lift the right foot up. Hold. And this time, everyone, pull your right knee to the chest. Hold. Breathe. Inhale. As you exhale, drop the right knee to the mat. Lift your left foot. Bend your elbows. Chest to the mat. And then as you extend the elbows, drop the left knee next to the right knee. Child's pose. On your next inhalation, lift your hips, make your way into a kneeling position. You can readjust so the knees are as wide as your hip bones. And then really tuck the tailbone under. Squeeze the glutes. And we are going to keep the spine straight, the front of the body long. Arms next to the thighs. And then start shifting the shoulders, the upper body to the back. So we are not hinging from the hips. You should feel it in the front of the thighs and the back through center. And again, to the back and forward. Shoulders on top of the hips. One more. To the back and then forward. Lower the hips on top of the heels. And then extend the arms forward. Make your way through your child's pose. Take a moment here. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhalation, ripple forward. Make your way into your upward facing dog. As you exhale, downward facing dog. Once again, option to stay here or drop the forearms on the mat. We are lifting the left foot. Inhale, lift, hold. If your forearms are on the mat, really press into the hands. Bend your left knee, lift the forearms, and then shoulders on top of the wrist, pull the knee to the chest. Hold. And once again, lower the forearms or just stay on your hands, lift your left foot. And then as you press into the hands, lift your elbows, pull the left knee to the chest. One more. Stay on your hands and lift the hips, the leg, or lower the forearms. Hold. And then bend your left knee, pull the left knee to the chest. Hold. Drop your right heel to the left. Shift the weight on your left hand, extend the right arm up. Really keep dropping the ribs to the hip, pressing the mat away from you. And then extend the left leg to the right. The sole of the right foot is on the mat. You can stay here or you can lower the lateral side of the left foot on the mat. And then bend your right knee. Shift the hips towards the right heel. Just hover them above the mat. Left shoulder is stabilizing here. And then extend the right leg. hold. Bend your left knee, lower the right hand. Once again, you are in your plank position. Hold for a moment. Inhale. And then as you exhale, one-legged downward facing dog. Bend your left knee. Once again, pull the left knee to the chest. Hold. Flex your left foot. Step the left foot in between the hands. And then drop the right knee. Drop the top of the right foot and extend the left leg. Maybe walk the hands under the shoulders. Maybe hands on top of the blocks. And then maybe lift the left toes from the mat. Right hip bone forward, left to the back. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, belly towards your left thigh. And just hold. Breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Calm down your breath. On your next inhalation, lift your belly from your thigh. Maybe tent out your hands so just the fingertips are reaching to the mat. Point your left toes. If you need a bit more space, you know already where we are going, then maybe blocks under the hands. And then run the lower back, really see scooping your abs. And then lift your left foot, rounding the back body and lower. Lift and lower, and maybe it's just a sensation, that's okay. And you cannot lift yet, that's also great. Just work towards it. And then flex your left foot, lower the left heel back on the mat. Inhale. And then as you exhale, drop the left toes to the mat. Tuck your right toes under. And then extend the arms above the head, high lunge. Shift the weight on the left foot. Lift your right foot from the mat. Make your way into your warrior three. See what's happening with your left knee. See if you can hug your right inner thigh towards the left inner thigh. Open the chest. Press the back of the right thigh up. And then slowly start lifting your chest. Pull your right knee to the chest. And hold. Inhale. Exhale. On your next inhalation, extend the right leg. Exhale, bend. And again, maybe hands under the knees if you need that support. Extend. And bend. One more. Extend. And bend. This time, extend the right leg. Hold. You can bend your knee for this transition. Start guiding the right leg to the right. Hinge forward from the hips. And then the right leg to the back. Right knee is pointing down. Bend your left knee. And then deliver the outside of the right foot to the floor on the left. Lower the right hand to the right side of the mat or on top of the block. Inhale, extend the left arm above the head. Hold. Look towards your left fingers. And just breathe. Twist your chest to the left even more. Inhale. And exhale. And if it's possible, extend the left leg. Keep twisting your chest to the left. Inhale. As you exhale, bend your left knee. And then once again, connect the palms of the hands in front of the chest. Shift the weight on the left foot. Start lifting the right foot from the mat. You can bend your knee here, of course. And then guide your right leg to the right as you lift your chest. Back through center. Center yourself. Flex your right foot. And then sweep it to the back. find your warrior three once again. Inhale. As you exhale, bend your left knee, deliver the right toes to the back of the mat. Extend the arms above the head. As you exhale, lower the hands on the mat, frame the left foot. Maybe hands on the blocks, extend the left leg. Guide right hip forward, left to the back. Maybe lift your left toes from the mat. Inhale, long spine, reach your chest forward, and then as you exhale, belly towards the thigh. Just breathe. Slow down your breath. Maybe make it a bit deeper. Inhale. And exhale. From here, bend your left knee once again. Knee on top of the heel. Press into the hands as you lift the left foot from the mat. Scoop the abs. Create space in between the shoulder blades. And then once again, either one-legged downward facing dog or drop the forearms on the mat. Lift your left leg. And again, pull the left knee to the chest. Maybe extend the elbows if you have dropped them. And then to the back. Maybe drop the forearms. Hold. Inhale. And exhale. And then bend your left knee, pull it to the chest as you lift the elbows, the forearms from the mat. Scoop the abs. And then drop the left knee back on the mat. Bend your elbows as you lift the right leg from the mat. Chest to the mat. Lift even more. And then as you extend the elbows, drop the right knee next to the left knee. And then sit back into your child's pose. On your next inhalation, leave the hips on top of the heels. On top of the knees. And once again, maybe adjust your knees so they are as wide as the hips. You can grab the block here and place it in between the thighs. Really squeeze your thighs. Engage the inner thighs. And then hands on top of the hips, elbows are pointing to the back. Once again, tuck the tailbone under, really strong glutes. The crown of the head is reaching up. Inhale. As you exhale, start finding your back bend. Keep lifting the chest to the ceiling. Hips stay on top of the knees. Maybe drop your head to the back if that feels good. And then if it's within your practice, maybe lower the hands on top of the heels. Once again, lift your chest even more. Mindfully create space in your lumbar spine. Keep breathing. If you cannot breathe comfortably, you have gone too far. Inhale. And exhale. And then slowly deliver one hand at a time on your hips. And on your next inhalation, shoulders on top of the hips. And lower the hips back on the heels. And from here, make your way into your child's pose. On your next inhalation, ripple forward. And then make your way on your belly. And then bend your knees. And place your hands on your ankles. Maybe on your feet. And then pull the heels to the glutes. Once again, tuck the tailbone under, elongate the front of the thighs. Engage the glutes. Flex your toes. And then just start kicking your ankles into your hands. And we are just going to bend the knees and then extend. And again, bend and extend. Thighs stay on the mat. Bend and extend. Two more. Bend and extend. Open through the chest, the shoulders, bend and extend. Hold. This time, lift your thighs from the mat, maybe point your toes. Pull the knees a bit closer together. Lift your knees even more. Inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale. As you exhale, release the thighs. Release your legs. You can place one hand on top of your other hand and rest forehead on top of the hands. Maybe shift your hips, wiggle your hips a bit, side to side. And then come back for center. Inhale. And exhale. And then release your hands next to the rib cage. And make your way into a tabletop position. Step your knees behind your wrists. And then roll your calves out of the way so we can lower the hips in between the heels. If this is too much, block under the hips. Maybe stay here. Maybe make your way on the forearms. Maybe make your way on your back. If you're on your back, maybe place the hands on the opposite elbows, opening the front line of the body. Making sure that the knees are not pointing away from each other, that they stay on the mat. Just breathe. Long inhalation and long, slow exhalation. And then once again, release your arms. Extend them next to your torso. Press the elbows to the mat and then slowly make your way on your forearms and then make your way back on your hands. Hands in front of you and lift your hips. Step your knees to the back. Tuck your toes under and then downward facing dog. Extend. Take a moment here. Long inhalation. Slow exhalation. As you inhale, look to the front of the mat and then big step in between your hands. Immediately halfway lift as you exhale, bend your knees, lift your heels, hips on top of the heels, extend the arms to the side, and then as you exhale, hug your knees, tuck your chin to the chest, and just hold. Maybe you can lift the heels even more. And then drop the heels. Release your arms, glutes on the mat. Extend the legs in front of you and flex your toes. You can sit on top of the bolster, on top of the block here, or you can bend your knees. Try to create length in the lower back. Inhale, long spine. As you exhale, belly towards your thighs. And once again, if your belly doesn't come a bit closer to the thighs, don't run the body, don't pull your chest, your forehead towards your knees. Think of guiding the chest forward first, elongating first, sending the sit bones to the back. And again, if it's very challenging, then bend your knees. It doesn't really matter where your hands are. You can keep them on the shins, you can grab to the feet or maybe to the opposite wrist in front of the soles of the feet. And just hold. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhalation, slowly start lifting. And this time, spread your feet. I will turn so I can face you. So extend the legs to the side. Doesn't necessarily need to be the deepest expression. You can also sit on top of something. So once again, long spine. Open the chest, and maybe you'll stay here, knees pointing up, toes pointing up, press the heels away from you. Maybe start lowering the belly towards the thighs. So once again, think of reaching forward with the chest. You can even pull the glutes from under to the back of the room. And then see how low you can go. Keep pointing the toes, the knees up. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhalation, start lifting your upper body. Walk your hands a bit closer to the groin and then press the fingertips to the mat. And this time point your toes. The wider the feet are, the more difficult this position will be, so you can move the feet a bit closer together. And once again, we are going to C-scoop the abs. Tend out your hands and then lift one leg at the time. And maybe it's once again just a sensation, maybe it's a small movement. And again, lift and lower, lift and lower, one more on each side. And then maybe you'll stay with this, maybe both of your legs at the same time. 1, 2, just one more. 3, hold. 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees, deliver the feet in front of you. You are in your seated position. From here, extend the arms to the front of the mat. Relax the shoulders away from the ears and then start making your way on your back. Hands next to the hips. And then walk your feet a bit closer to the glutes. And then walk your feet towards the edges of the mat as you allow your knees to rest upon each other. Extend the arms to the side. And then allow their knees to drop to the right. And then to the left. To the right. To the left. To the right. And to the left. And then come back for center, knees together. Place one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. And just reconnect. Reconnect to your breath. Center yourself on the mat. And then lift your feet from the mat. Pull the knees to the chest. Give yourself a big hug. Lift your head, tuck your chin. Inhale. As you exhale, release into your Shavasana. Any Shavasana that comes to you, any variation, take your time to adjust. And rest, breathe. Observe inhalations and exhalations. If you want to stay in your Shavasana longer, please feel free to do that. If you feel ready to add some movement into the body, start slowly, be mindful. You know the transition well, so I will give you a few moments now to start moving your body. And whenever you will be ready, I will meet you in a seat. You may sit on top of the blocks or the balls there. We are going to stay here for a few more moments. And we are going to finish the class with the breath work. Samavriti. Inhalation for 4, hold at the top for 4. Exhale for, hold at the bottom 4. But we are going to connect it with Nadi Shodhana. So we are going to repeat that cycle, first plugging the right nostril, only breathing through the left nostril. And then we are going to switch. And then we are going to breathe through both of the nostrils. So once again, if you have opened the eyes, close your eyes. And then plug the right nostril. And then inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. And then switch the nostrils. Inhale through the right one. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, and then release the hands. Inhale through both nostrils, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, and then a big inhalation and sigh it out. Come back to your natural breath. And then maybe connect the palms of the hands in front of the chest. Thank yourself for this practice. And thank you so much. If you want to stay here in this state of mind for a meditation, I would encourage that. If you want to finish the practice, once again, thank you so much. Namaste.